Everyone, it is Self-Care Sunday Self-Care Edition. How are you? But especially you doing? Tell me about it. Tell me about what's happening in your day. What is going on in your world on this last Sunday of April? Believe it. It is. It is so good to be back live. It is so good to be back live with y'all. Got my cameras all discombobulated, but I am here. I am here, people. Yes, I am. I am excited to be here on this self care Sunday. Hey, Carrie, how are you? How are you, Miss Amazing Carrie Perry? Carrie Perry is an amazing thing, and it is great to have you here. Great to have you here. Hope you had a great weekend. It was great seeing you last week. It was great seeing you in person, live and in person. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Both Facebook, both YouTube. We're both places. Yes, we are. I am here. I am there. We are everywhere. And it is great to be here with y'all. Cassandra's got the link there in the Facebook show comments if you have any problems on the Facebook. And even if you have problems with the replay, all the replays go over to YouTube. It always still amazes me how many people watch the replays. I just always find, hello to the replayers. Hello to the replayers. We love you live, people, but we also love the replayers. Is that what we call it? I don't even know what the right term is. There's probably a more technical term for replay for people that watch the replay versus the live. I bet you there's a internet meme for it, and there's probably an internet name for it. Not just people that watch the replay. But I'm glad to have you here, and glad to be here with you all tonight. I can't believe it is the 28th that we're about to close out one third of the year, one third of 2024. As we come to the end of April, that's 4 months. Four times three is 12. I didn't want to get too heavy on the math there with you, but four times three is 12. And so that means one third of the year will be gone in the books by the next time we meet. Start of the year. What day is it? I know that feeling, bro. I feel like that all the time, especially when I'm in this travel mode. I got home late Friday night, and I'm back on the road early Tuesday morning. So I am totally there with you on what day is it. As I was just talking about packing and what I need to pack this week, and what airport, what city, what thing, where am I? Hotel, restaurant today. Well, what room are you? I'm like, hang on a second. Which hotel? I'm like, I know how to walk to it, but which hotel am I in? And which floor am I on? I'm glad you got the day off. I am glad you got the day off. We went and saw Wicked today. We went and saw the Broadway show Wicked was touring through Connecticut today, and we got to catch that today. We've seen it before, but it's been a long time, so it was nice to a day of theater. A day of theater was very nice. It was a very nice afternoon getting out to the theater. So that was wonderful. Let's get started with that's a long book. Hang on a second here. Where's the right book here? That is a book I am reading for you. Thou Shalt Prosper. book that I am reading right now, but not the book that we start with every night. Year of Positive Thinking. We are on the 28th. Let's flip to that. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can flip correctly. Oh, I love this. And those who just had to make it happen workshop in Orlando will appreciate this. Live your own version of success. That's but the only true version of success is the one you choose for yourself. If your definition of success is money and material wealth, go for it. If it's living the lifestyle of a nomad or settling down in a small town and working a nine to five job, go for that. If it's following the path less traveled, do that. If it's following a path often trekked, then follow that path. The choice is yours. There's no wrong version of success. There's only what success is to you. And don't forget that you can always change your vision of success, whether you're 20, 40, or 70. The important thing is to always live your own version of a successful life. Yes, indeed. Hey, April, great to see you here live tonight. Glad that you are safe and all the family and the kitties are safe in Nebraska after the tornado. But that version of success, that living your version of it, okay, is so cute. You know, we make such a big point of it at Make It Happen when we're in Orlando because we know the intimidation effect, we know the effect that others have when you are looking through the lens of what you think everybody else has. So we are very much live that, we breathe it, and we try to. We also know how hard it is. It is hard. It is hard. It is hard. Okay. So tonight I got a heavy topic for you, but I'm going to try to keep it simple. We're going to talk. There are there are some new labor law rules, and I will acknowledge at the start before I go into this that there are already people suing to make these rules not go into effect. Okay, so there are already business groups that say suing against these changes. Both things I'm going to talk about labor law today. I recommend my advice is that you operate like they will go into effect. If you operate your business like they will go into effect, you will be in a better position. Don't bet your business on the. Oh, thank you, Rose. We are so glad you had a good time. It's so great seeing you. Hey, Florida Angie's here too. So we are not lawyers. Not lawyers. I can't. I'm not here to give you legal advice. So how are you? Great to have you there live. But I'm here to educate you. I am here to educate you. So there are two new rules that have gone into effect that will be going into effect. And the first one I'm going to talk about is non-compete. Okay, non-compete has essentially been banned. Non-compete agreements have essentially been banned, and they've really been on their way out um, for a long time. They've really been abused, and especially at the lower level. When you think of a fast food restaurant issuing a non-compete to a minimum wage worker, a retail store. I mean, and I know a lot of you have some of you have this in your employee manuals about non-compete, and they've really been on their way out for a long time. And the federal trade commission ruled against them this week, uh, and you'll no longer be able to. It stands for court challenges. You'll no longer be able to enter non-compete clauses with workers. You will no longer be able to enforce existing non-compete. And you must provide, this is a key, this is a requirement on you, is that you must actually provide explicit notice to both current and former employees that your are no longer applicable. Explicit notice, okay? And I suggest you have non-compete employment handbooks or wording that you actually do this in writing so that no one can say that you restrained them. You had unlawful restraint that they can come back and sue you, okay, for basically training them in the job they were in, thinking they could better themselves than another. So that's where the real legal problem has against the employer for a long time in most states. But with this FTC ruling, the fact that you must provide explicit notice. So if you have a non-compete agreement anywhere in your employment agreement, your employee handbook that they signed upon joining your employment, I would be providing explicit notice to them that they are that employment, the non-compete is no longer in play. Okay, I would be talking about that. Yes, it's going to go through many court challenges. Um, I think it's my personal TV lawyer opinion, and that's about as much a lawyer as I am as a TV lawyer. Okay, it is that this non will survive for high income earners. Under the FTC ruling, the FTC ruling labeled high income earners at $151,164 annually. People are $151,104 a year considered high earners and could potentially have a valid non-compete. Okay, the other non-compete that is valid in this is when you sell a business. Okay, non-competes relating to the sale of a business are deemed valid under this rule, federal government rule. But I would treat the line in this that says notify your employees, explicit notice that their non-competes are no longer in effect. I would hold that very dearly. Okay, I would do that. Okay, even though this is going to undergo many legal challenges, if you had non-competes in your thing, I would do that part of it. So, what can you do? So with that, the government views this as this will generate at least almost 10,000 new businesses a year. This will the removal of the non that's part of government decision making. But it is what can you do to protect your business? Okay. So what is legitimate? Okay. Many of you have had people that have worked for you have gone and started a consignment store across town and failed with. Okay, I don't have enough fingers to count the number of times that has happened stores that we have worked with. Hey, totally thankless. How are you? Hope all is well in Illinois. Um, so I wouldn't worry about that. Okay, the biggest thing in retail is there's plenty of used stuff, one, and two, that they operate ethically. Okay, most people can't do it, even if they learned everything that you did. Okay, everything that you did, they couldn't do run the business. But what you are allowed to protect is your trade secret. Legally, you can protect your trade secrets. Okay, um, and that can be things like your customer solution, your sales process. You are allowed to have non-solicitation agreements. Okay, so non-solicitation of your customer, that is a legitimate agreement. Okay, your employee, that they cannot solicit them for another business. They can't use your customer information to solicit another customer. Okay, for another business. Okay, even if it wasn't resale, put resale aside. Let's say they open a yarn shop, or they open. I had an employee once started a chef business, left us to start their chef business. Okay, and tried to steal, document our customer list for that, and that wasn't allowed. Okay, because that was a trade secret. That was proprietary information, and it was a non-solicitation. So that was part of their employment. So can't. So that is legit. Non-solicitation. Trade secrets within your employment is legitimate. Right. That happens. It happens. Okay. And so it's protecting that. Okay. It is protecting that and cease and desist. They didn't see anything wrong with. Well, I'm just a little campus chef business. Okay. And no, that is not cool. That is not cool. Um, the non-competes, what? You have to protect your trade secret. Taking, for those of you that were just at Make It Happen Orlando, taking your procedure manual and using that would be a violation. That would be a trade secret. So those things are okay to protect in your employment. Those things are okay to protect in your employee handbook. Okay, but you can't tie your employees. You can't tie them to a non-compete. Okay, it's just not going to hold up. It's just not. So don't waste your time. I know some of you have a brother-in-law, a sister-in-law, a sister, a cousin that's a lawyer, and they're like, this, at your level, okay, at the level of people, you're not hiring senior executives, most people, okay? I mean, we have people that hire six-figure people, seven figure, not seven figure, six, we have many clients who are large enough that they have those kind of talents. Okay, but even there, it's not going to hold. But the trade secrets will, your customer information that'll hold up legally. Your manual that will hold up legally. These are things that are your secret sauce. Okay, and one of the things we covered a lot at Make It Happen was you are beyond your people. If you have a business of excellence, you are beyond your people. You should not be so dependent on any one person in the business that if they are out of the picture for whatever reason, okay, that your business ends. You should be not so dependent on that. I don't want to be dependent on that in my business. I don't want to be dependent on any more. Okay, because life happens, car accidents happen, cancer happens. All these things in life happen. Your business should not be dependent on just that one person. So getting your trade secrets in line and getting rid of your non-compete, but especially with this ruling, even though it's going through legal challenges, the part about that you are required to provide explicit notice to your employees that they are no longer subject to non-compete is really key. So if you have a non-compete anywhere in your agreement, because that is like holding them hostage. You might as well have them handcuffed to you. They are handcuffed to your business. And so down the road, they could sue you for that. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is why you want to tell them. That is why you want to make sure anybody that you thought was under a non-compete, letting them know that they are not. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to pay people more. We are going to pay people more. The next rule came from the Department of Labor. The threshold for salaried workers, the threshold for salaried workers is going to be raised get the exact down here to $58,656 a year. $58,656 a year. Okay, and we'll ride. I think it's going to be 3 years. Okay, the first phase of this. So the current threshold is $35,568 to be a salaried worker. If they are earning $35,568 on salary, they do not have to be paid overtime. Okay. If they were, which is $684 a week. Okay. If they are earning less than that and they work over 40 hours, they have to be paid overtime. Effective July 1st under this rule, the rate it goes to $43,888 or $844. Okay. And effective January 1st, it jumps to $58,656. So we're going from $35,558 to $58,656 by January 1st. So if you can, and then it's an automatic increase. I want to say it's every 3 years. So I'm not even dealing with the automatic increase right now. I'm just dealing with the outline of this rule. And it's a major increase. It's a major increase. Now let's talk this out. First of all, if you have a salaried worker that only works 30 hours a week, you're probably fine. And I only say probably. Again, I am not a lawyer and I'm not a tax guy. Okay. But I am a reality person. So if that person works, let's call it 30 hours a week or 35 hours a week, below 40. Okay. But let's say you text or email them at night, on the weekends, or on their off time. Okay. That all counts as time in the Department of Labor. Okay. So don't say you have somebody that only works 35 hours. Uh, don't say you have somebody for 35 or 38 and you're paying them salary and you're paying them less than that. If they're only working that, you're never giving them overtime. You're never texting them after hours. You're never asking them for emails or Facebook responses after hours. You're probably fine. Okay? If they're only when they're in, they're in. But if they're working more than that, like it's common for a lot, for a lot of people to salary people to work 45 hours a week. Okay, if they are earning under that threshold, that 5 hours, you get time and a half of their rate under this rule. Now, keep in mind, this is going to undergo legal challenge. The problem is, and one of the problems last time that they tried to raise it was that the look back period for administration. So it was a new Department of Labor under a new president next year can roll it back very easily. They have done this before that. So there's a new administration that's not going to apply. But there are legal challenges to this. The reality is, with deadlines looming and everything, most companies are going to put this into practice. I recommend, based on what I know, and based on potentials, the price is going up. You can pick the number that the 58,000 that it's indexed and that it goes up automatically every 3 years is too high. But the reality is it's here, and these are the public numbers. So work with that in mind. Okay. If you have people below this, whether you're going to convert them to hourly rate now, and keep track of it that way so you don't get into trouble, or you're going to keep them salary, or you're going to raise them above the threshold. Okay, those are your choices. Those are your choices. You can pay them overtime. You can keep them below the hours. The real key with that, if you keep them below the hours, to make sure you are not texting them. Ask them for emails, be on their computer, or answer Facebook messages or anything in 6 hours, because all that time is on the clock. All that time is on the clock. So knowing that is really, really important. Understanding that. What are they really working? Right? It is critically important. Um, and and a tough balance how you record it and how you track it. Because if there's no tracking for it, you as the employer lose. You as the employer lose in the debate to whatever the employee. Okay, and in some states, because it's wage, so this is federal law, but wage laws also trickle down to the state. Federal supersedes the state. Whatever the feds say is higher than the states, but the state law applies as well because that's usually where the suit is brought. So in many states, if you are in violation of wage and labor laws, there are triple damage for wage and labor laws in many states. So I always say err on this side, not on the side of caution. Caution's all the way over here. You can't even see it on the screen. It's so far over. That is where I err on labor law. Okay, that is where I always go on labor law um, because it is super easy to get in a whole heap of trouble really fast with labor law. So that is why I share that with you. So if you are not going to pay your people, we have so I know that you can get there. Okay, we have clients that have salary people that are making more than 60 grand a year, more than the 58, 656. Have clients around the country that do that. That's their business, and they're able to pay that. They're very blessed for that. I'm excited for them for that. Um, if you are not there, and that's going to stretch your budget, work on the hourly side of it, especially have them do work outside of the store. A lot of times, the work inside the store you can track. You're only open so many hours. You're only there so many hours. But it's that outside work that could really put you over and really mess things up for you. Um, Especially if the relationship goes sour. Oh, she would never sue me or report me as an environmental labor. Oh my God. Stories I could tell. If I could sing, the stories I could tell. So know that, be aware of it. It starts July 1st with the jump to 43,888, 35,568. So from 684 a week to 844 a week, and then January 1st to 1128 a week. 1128 a week is where it's going. Lawsuits gonna come. Know that. Lawsuits against this. But prepare yourself. All the big companies are transitioning themselves to this. I know you're not a big company, but this is what you need to keep in mind so you stay on the right side of things with the labor law. Both of these, you know. You know what else you can stay on the right side of? This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store. You can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. If you do not reply to that email asking to be on the wait list for the next Make It Happen, make sure you're on that because we've had so many people reach out that missed this current class that we just had on policies and procedures and want us to do it again. We're working on this for it, so make sure you're on the list. And we are so thankful to everybody that attended and so appreciate you working on your business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday. This week, I am headed to Capitol Hill. I am headed to Capitol Hill this week. I'm headed to Client this week in Virginia, and then I'm headed to Capitol Hill this week. Um, Actually, this is going to be a very interesting week because I am being brought Capitol Hill by your friends at Meta. Your friends at Meta are actually having me come to Capitol Hill this week, and that's really going to be interesting. I am much more interested in meeting with the folks from Meta than the people on Capitol Hill. Directors from Meta and working on the issues that we face as the retail industry with the social media platforms. So I am super excited to be meeting with those key people from Meta, and I will keep you posted on that. I will probably not be on live Wednesday night. Small chance I might be on late, but probably don't plan on me Wednesday. Plan on me back here next Sunday, uh, the 5th. Plan on me there for sure. Uh, just to play it safe. I know I'll be back then for sure. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting week meeting with the folks from Meta in person. So I'm excited about that. If you have any individual concerns, just message me. I'm happy to talk about them. Neil, NEIL at nextlevelresale.com, NEIL at nextlevelresale.com. But I'm on Capitol Hill a lot the next several months. This time with Meta, I have a trip with NFID, and the National Our Friends International Retail Federation this summer. So I have many trips coming up. Which I always enjoy. And actually, Capitol Hill is coming to my stores on Friday. Coming Friday, we got congressmen, state senators, and all sorts of people coming to celebrate the 25th at my own stores on Friday. A lot happening all at once, and if you haven't seen the we're giving away a car this week, make sure you check that out. Genius promotion that they worked on for that. I'll be back here next Sunday live. For a question, obviously, tell me, NEIL at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with our Stay Positive, our Positive Thinking. If you are just joining late, make sure you replay list. Lots of labor news. Make sure you catch up on. Make sure you are aware of with the labor law. So at the beginning, we covered 28. I'm going to do the 29. I just love it. Happiness travels. Happiness happens along the route. It's not a stop to get off at. Happiness travels, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abrams, and I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We'll have another Make It Happen workshop because you guys are asking for it. We will have another one. We will have another one. I promise you, dates coming before you know it. But until then, until next Monday at 4 it is, tell me you and you. But most importantly, you. Yes, you. You're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you next week off to the Capitol. Have a great night and make it a great week.